I just finished my latest sketchbook, but it took me quite a lot of practice to get here. So in today's video, I thought I'd show you guys every sketchbook I've drawn in from when I was a kid all the way up till now. So these are two of my first ever sketchbooks that I could find. Let's have a look inside them. These are absolutely filled with stickmen drawings, especially stickmen fighting each other. I was obsessed with drawing this as a kid. As you can see here, we've got some dwarves fighting goblins. There's a tree getting cut down, I think, and over on the other side it looks like there's some houses that are broken. I also tried to draw Bart Simpson, which I must not have been happy with because I crossed it out. This kind of looks like a How to Train Your Dragon drawing. There's some Vikings fighting dragons. There's this guy down here with a basement to hide in. And in the middle, this dragon looks like one of the fat ones from How to Train Your Dragon. The next sketchbook is pretty much more of the same. It's filled with me drawing stickmen fighting things. I can't tell what this is supposed to be. It kind of looks like a monkey man. But as we get towards the end of this sketchbook, it does look like I was trying to draw real people. You've got some Dragon Ball ones here. This looks like Majin Vegeta. There's Piccolo over on the left, Goku down on the right here. Not the best, but at least I was straying away from only drawing stickmen. Next up, we have this purple sketchbook where I experimented a whole lot more with trying to draw people and do portraits. Here are a couple Minecraft drawings. I was so obsessed with Minecraft as a kid, so I think this sketchbook is from when I was around 12 or 13. I tried to draw Erebor from The Hobbit here. These figures are pretty terrible, but I was just trying to draw actual bodies instead of just stick figures, which I found super hard. Here I tried to draw a couple characters from Naruto. They're not the worst, but they do look a bit like Roblox characters, and his head is way too big for his body. I also tried to make these perspective drawings a few times where you make it look like there's a hole in the page. This sketchbook was a lot of fun. I can vividly remember drawing in this. I was just learning about drawing. I was trying drawing stuff from real life and drawing from references and just trying to improve my skills overall. I think you can see my progression from where I was at the start of this book and where I'm at the end. Like, look at these water droplets I drew. These are kind of insane. They look so realistic. I don't know how I managed to do these so good. I think I watched a YouTube tutorial or something. Alright, next up we've got this mixed media sketchbook. Starting off with a Boba Fett drawing, which I never finished. Looks like I was using colored pencils for this one. Then we've got this portrait I attempted, which looks terrible. It's kind of scary looking. Looks like I had another go at it, and wow, I mean the eyes are just way too big on this one. Next up, it looks like I tried drawing Walter White from Breaking Bad. Very recognizable, so this one's actually kind of decent. I don't know why I gave up and never finished it, and I also don't think I'd even watched Breaking Bad when I tried that. Next up, we've got this guy who kind of looks like a Mandalorian, also like as if he was from Skyrim or something like that. Then we've got this Star Wars drawing of General Grievous grabbing a clone. General Grievous looks not too bad. And here we have a terrible attempt at painting Slash from Guns N' Roses. I think this is with watercolor, but yeah, this just looks awful. And that's pretty much the end of this book. Next up, we have this sketchbook I got on holiday, and the first drawing in this one is a lion. I drew this on the plane, as I wrote there for some reason. It's kind of cool, biro pens. This was during high school. I was doing a lot of art with biro pens for like art in school. Then we have this eye drawing. I mean, every artist goes through the phase of drawing a ton of eyes. Next up, we have this drawing of a skull, which is pretty decent, and some kind of landscape I was trying to do. Like I said, this sketchbook is just full of biro pen drawings. I was addicted to drawing with biro pens for a long time. Next up, we have this drawing of John Frusciante from Red Hot Chili Peppers, and the drawing of my cat. I tried to make my old cat. I think at this point I was maybe improving a little bit of portraits, but these are still terrible. I wish I wrote the dates in these sketchbooks. It would have made this video a lot easier. And then as we come up to the end of this sketchbook, these like pastel drawings I did when I was in college, just after high school. I was doing an art course and this was for that. Our teacher actually showed us how to make the pastels, which was really cool. I love this one on the right, this skull. I mean, the one on the left's okay, but this one on the right was just amazing. There's a bit of a jump in my work here because most of my drawing was in high school for my class, which I don't have those sketchbooks, I couldn't find them. Anyway, next up we have this watercolor pad where I was experimenting with watercolor. Those are terrible. I think I did no sketch and I was just trying to paint like an eye and a tree and they just look awful. Then we have some more biro pen sketches, a little house, and I'm not sure what that thing down there is. After that, it looks like I tried to paint a rose a couple of times, which the second one turned out better, but yeah, I suck at painting. I want to make a video where I try to teach myself how to paint. Just a few more sketches, nothing crazy, and then we have this attempt at Anakin Skywalker, which this is kind of good actually compared to my other stuff. Apart from the eyes, they're very obviously one is way higher than the other, which is pretty terrible, but apart from that, I think this is actually quite a good portrait. Got another little Star Wars sketch here, and then some kind of medieval battle, and then Jon Snow from Game of Thrones, and then just some more sketches, and that's pretty much it for this one. Next up, we've got a bit of a bigger sketchbook, which is going to be a trend for the next few. I was messing around with coloured pastels a lot at this point. That landscape is kind of cool. It's not great, but the mountains look kind of nice. And then I tried to do this like night sky with the tree and the silhouette. Next up, we've got another big sketchbook. This is more of my college work, so it's a lot of skulls. We were doing like still life drawing with like skulls on the table and like this teddy bear thing. And at one point his jacket as well that was hanging up. All this stuff was with charcoal or pastels or sometimes pencils and pens. Then we have some more skulls, and then he set up like this model skeleton, like, you know, a life-sized one in the middle of the class for all of us to do like a still life session where, you know, everyone's in a circle around it and you draw it. Then we have a few more portraits, and then this one I was drawing like the skull underneath him, which I want to do something like this again where it's like someone being electrocuted, like Invincible or something. And we've got even more skull drawings. You guys will notice I used to draw these all the time. I don't know why, there's just something really fun about drawing them. They're quite easy to draw. This was my first time trying out acrylic paint. I used like the knife for spreading it, not a brush. Then I drew even more skulls, and then I tried making an avatar drawing with acrylic paint, which didn't go great. This sketchbook here is when I first started consistently posting on my art Instagram. So I made the art Instagram for the college course. It was something we had to do, and then I kind of abandoned it. But I started making these sketches here and posting them. Not videos, just regular posts. It's so funny looking back on this stuff because wow, this is terrible. These are from Avatar. I was so excited when Avatar 2 got announced and I made so many drawings about it. And then we have these Batman drawings with a Sharpie, which, wow, they're bad. Then I wanted to make some more Avatar art, so I was trying to do some watercolor paintings, which are also so terrible. I can't believe how bad this one is. I kept experimenting with watercolor though. I tried to make this painting of like all the kids from Avatar 2. I don't know why her neck's so massive. Which, this one's alright. It's very flat though, very 2D. It's not got good shading or lighting. I also made these pencil sketches, which I did post as videos, but these weren't my first videos. That's in the next sketchbook. Alright, so in this one, I was filling this one in at the same time as the last one, and this one contains the very first drawing I ever filmed and posted as a video. We've got these sketches of Jon and Daenerys from Game of Thrones, this Spider-Man watercolor one, some Batman and Cthulhu watercolor ones. I was experimenting with a lot of different art supplies at this stage. I really like this one of the eyes. This was using pastels. I think that looks so good. Then we've got these Batman sketches, and now here is the first video I ever made. This Rick Grimes drawing on the left. I made it into an Instagram reel. It was my first video ever. I was so nervous to post it. I felt so embarrassed and cringe about it, but it's led to this whole journey I've been on and you guys watching this video now. Some more attempts with watercolor, and then just a couple of sketches to end this book. Next up, we have this sketchbook decorated with stickers. This is when I was getting more serious into making videos. I started off with this watercolor painting of a cowboy and then this Sharpie drawing of Batman. I was making little videos out of all the drawings in this sketchbook, although they were pretty terrible videos. I mean, just the filming and editing was awful. I don't know if it was in the last sketchbook or this one, but in one of them is when I created my TikTok and my YouTube and I started re-uploading my Instagram reels on there. This drawing here was my first like viral video where I think it got like 70,000 views on my Instagram and I just couldn't believe it. I was over the moon. This was like, I think 2 or 3 years ago, and I was just so hyped, I couldn't believe it. Then we got some more Batman sketches, and this portrait is from Blade Runner, and I think the portrait is really good actually. I was definitely improving at this point. Then as we go on, it's a lot more biro pen drawings. These are all really inspired by this guy called Damien. If you haven't seen his art, definitely check it out. And here we are at a massive turning point. This was when I bought my first pack of alcohol markers and started experimenting with them. And since then, they've definitely become my favourite art supply. After that test in the sketchbook, I did a bunch of drawings with them on just loose paper like this, just experimenting with it and trying to learn how to use them. I'm kind of going in reverse order here. The oldest one is this one. This was my first time trying to colour like a face with them, which looks terrible. After that, I tried to do like all the features, like the eye and the nose. That eye on the bottom right turned out alright. After that stack of pages, I went back to the sketchbook, did more pencil drawings, some biro pen ones here and there, and then I started colouring in the sketchbook again. I drew this like symbiote Spider-Man, which didn't turn out the best, but the vision was there. And then I did some more biro pen ones. I love this one with the skull and the nails. I think it looks so clean. And then I did some more biro pen drawings, just some more skulls. And then I started colouring with the markers again. I did this panel from Invincible of Thraga and his kids, which I thought turned out really cool. But I really wanted to improve with the markers, so I just kept making drawings with them and I finished the sketchbook pretty quickly. Next up, I went back to one of these bigger A3 sketchbooks. This is actually the last A3 sketchbook of the video. I never ended up finishing it. My green marker ran out while I was doing that one. I like this skull a lot. It's quite a cool design with the green and pink. There's quite a lot of cool art in here, but the A3 size takes so long with the markers, and I was also using like fine tip markers and chisel tip, which is pretty crazy. Like brush tip would have made it way easier. I love these avatar ones, especially the one on the right, Natayam. I think that one just came out so clean. But yeah, like I was saying, I think my work got better as I scaled it down because it's easier to put in more detail. That one's terrible. And then this was part 2 of a series where it was like drawing faces till I filled the page, and then I did it with movie characters, anime characters. These ones turned out so clean. We're getting more and more recent now. I think these drawings are from the start of last year, like the start of 2024. I remember that Spider-Punk, I had art block and I couldn't draw for a couple of weeks, and I came back with that. I was still struggling with the markers and trying to get better with them, so every now and then I would do pencil ones or pen ones. And then here is actually the first time I ever did the drawing faces till I filled the page. This was before the big A3 sketchbook. And it did really well, so that's why I ended up making it a series. I even like extended the page here so that I could make it a bit longer. Then we've got a little Gohan drawing and like a zombie Batman I tried to make. Then my work takes a big jump in quality with this Armored Titan from Attack on Titan. I think this is one of the best drawings I've ever made. It looks so good, it looks so clean. The colouring on the muscles just came out so good. I still love this one. After that, I drew this Batman, and then I did this handsome Squidward, and then this Spider-Man with the Venom symbiote, which looks incredible. After that, I did this mini profile picture series, and then I redrew the Attack Titan, which I think looks a bit better. Then I did this Goku in his civilian clothes for the Cell Saga, a little Guts drawing, another Invincible one. More Invincible stuff, and then I did some more Dragon Ball Z villains, and then I finished it off with a drawing of Rexplode. Next up, we have this small A5 sketchbook. I'm going to go through this one pretty quickly because it's not the craziest stuff. I was trying to make videos regularly and also improve with markers throughout this sketchbook, and I think I do by the end of it. There were some pretty big failures in this one, but you know, that's how you learn and get better. I started filling out another A5 sketchbook after that one. This Walter White drawing is actually really good, I think. It's like a cartoony version of him. I really like the colouring on his like bruised nose. I think I kind of outdid myself with that. Another Guts drawing, and then this Batman I liked. Experimenting with backgrounds a bit. I drew this Invincible versus Conquest. I really messed up Conquest's face though. Started the next sketchbook strong with this Invincible variant page from the comics. A little silly drawing here, and then a sinister mark as well. Then I was just trying to practice anatomy more and get good at it. I did this whole page just sketching it, but I really need to practice more. I hate this Darth Vader drawing. I never ended up posting it. I also gave up on this Zuko from Avatar, The Last Airbender. I just thought I messed it up. Another Invincible drawing based off a panel from the comics. I love Invincible. I've made so many drawings around that. I actually haven't drawn him in a while though. I need to get back to it. Then I've got this Majin Vegeta drawing which I love. I think this one came out so clean. I actually thought I ruined it when I was trying to colour his skin, but I managed to salvage it. Then we have this Choso drawing, which I think looks sick. And then we also have this Gohan, which this was one of my first videos on YouTube. It was just a time lapse of me drawing this guy. A very basic video, not very good at all, but quite a cool drawing. Then we have this Venom drawing I hated, but then I did this Biro Pen Spider-Man, which I quite like. And then this little Homelander portrait. Then this Superman drawing. An attempt at watercolor Invincible, which I gave up on because it was terrible. Then I did Batman to go with Superman, which turned out awesome. And then this is when I got my hands on Ohuhu alcohol markers. It's my first time drawing with them. I couldn't believe how smooth they were, and this is when they became my favorite brand. They're just so good. Then I did these drawings of A-Train in the Deep. The Deep doesn't look great, but A-Train looks amazing. I think the coloring of his skin just came out so clean. Then we have a Attack on Titan one and a little Invincible drawing. And then this page was awesome. It was so fun to make. I drew Deadpool and then I just kept adding characters, and then I decided to add all these little things in the background, and I loved it. So I did quite a few more pages where I tried to draw multiple characters in one, and they all just came out so clean. It was finally like really clicking how to use these markers, and I was really getting into a rhythm with it. This page in particular is one of my favorites. I love this Invincible drawing and the Spider-Man 2099. Then this one, I did another series of drawing portraits till I filled the page. I love this Nightwing. It's so simple but so bold. I think I'm going to make more stuff like this soon. Then just a few more pages of me drawing characters I like, and then it was the legendary Lorax. Kid who likes musicals commented for like 6 months asking for me to draw the Lorax, and I finally did. Next up we have this stack of small sketchbooks I filled, which I'm guessing some of you have probably seen most of these drawings because I would make shorts out of it. Sony actually asked to repost this Spider-Man, which was insane. It was an awesome moment. I loved it. I was messing around with creating backgrounds a lot for these ones. It was really inspired by Jaden's art. If you've not seen him, definitely check him out. He is so skilled, it's crazy. I tried to replicate one of Alex Ross's paintings for that one. I also got some Artex acrylic markers that I was messing around with in these drawings. I used them for the backgrounds a lot, but for this Spawn drawing I used the Artex markers for the whole thing, and also for this Moon Knight. I think I grew a lot as an artist in this sketchbook. I experimented with a ton of stuff, and then onto the next one. I didn't do many drawings in it, but I really like this Vegeta one. I don't know, I wasn't a fan of the paper type in that sketchbook. Next up, I went through a phase of this landscape sketchbook. I love that Venom one. And I think I made quite a lot of really cool drawings in this one. This Superior Spider-Man is sick as well. And this Hulk with the explosion. I remember I was filling this one out around the time Invincible Season 3 was coming out. So there's a lot of Invincible drawings in this one. I'm guessing quite a few of you guys saw my videos when I made these. This Iron Spider is so cool. It's really simple, but the coloring just looks so good on it. I really messed up the Mohawk Invincible on this page. His face is terrible, but Sinister Mark in the middle looks pretty cool. I had a lot of fun with drawing all the variants, and I had to draw Rexplode and then a little Conquest. And how could I not include Fraud Mortal? I really love this Daredevil one. The background is just so cool. This was with acrylic markers. I think this is one of my best drawings I've done ever. I'd be interested to know what your guys' favorite drawing I've ever made is, because I'm assuming everyone has different answers. On to another one of these sketchbooks. I haven't actually finished filling this one out, but there's a lot of really good drawings in it. I like this Miles one. I tried to replicate the style from the movies a bit. This Deadpool I was trying to paint, which turned out awful. I really like this Thrag one though, with acrylic markers, and this Invincible's cool. That was a One Punch Man pose I was trying to draw. I love this Luffy one. It was off an image I found on Pinterest. It's so cool. This sketchbook had a lot of cool drawings in it. I was really experimenting with acrylic markers for a lot of these, as you can see. Alright, third last sketchbook of the video. We've got this A4 one that I've been filling out every now and then, not that often. That Spider-Man got so many views on my Instagram, it was crazy. It was such a simple drawing. You might recognize these from my video where I tried drawing Spider-Man in a bunch of different styles. It was my most popular video for a while. You guys comment a lot saying I need to bring back these like different styles challenge videos for other characters, which I might. I've definitely thought about it, but I want to make the videos a lot better now than they were when I used to make them. Then this page I was drawing Invincible as different heroes, so him as a robot, Spider-Man, Batman. I wish I made the Batman ears point here. After that, we've just got some sketches from when I was designing villains for one of my videos, when I was practicing hands for another one, which actually did help me get better at drawing hands. Then this is a design I was messing around with for one of my OCs. I might make a character with this design in an upcoming video. And that's it for this sketchbook. On to the last two of the video. My latest sketchbooks have been these square Ohuhu ones. I find them so good for colouring. Like, because I use Ohuhu markers, they just sit on this paper so nice. It's so smooth. So I think I'll be sticking with these ones for the foreseeable future. This is from when I was designing my own superheroes and I made some concept art and then I drew out the final drawings, which I think came out really cool. I love this Yeti guy, Breeze, the Flash speedster guy. I think he's so cool, and even the Cyborg's kind of neat. This Magneto drawing came out so clean. It's really basic and simple, but it's quite satisfying. I'm going to go off on a bit of a rant here as I just flip through and show you the rest of these drawings, but I kind of wanted the point of this video to be to show you guys that with practice you can really improve your drawing skill, because people ask a lot like, how do you learn how to draw, or how do I improve? And you really just have to put the practice in, make a ton of drawings. As you've seen throughout these sketchbooks, I mess up all the time. So many of my drawings turn out terrible, like this Batman. What was I doing here? I was trying to draw the rain, it looked awful. But like I was saying, the point is you really have to fail, again like this Invincible one looks terrible, to improve and to learn. There's something super unsettling about this Luffy drawing, I'm not sure what. And that's the end of this sketchbook with this final page where I tested out all my markers. It's an absolutely essential page. Alright, it's time for my latest sketchbook, the last one of this video. Quite a lot of cool drawings in this one. This reverse flash though, I totally messed up the anatomy. It looks kind of funny, but there's some cool ones. I really like this symbiote Spider-Man, very angular. I used a reference off Pinterest. There's so many bad drawings in this book though. I feel like I've been going through a bit of art block. This was the final hand from my video where I drew all those hands in the other sketchbook. And then after that, it was my redrawing comic panels series, which was kind of cool. This one was supposed to be like the Zorro manga panel. Then I drew Gamma Jack. Pretty bad drawing, but it did so well on TikTok because The Incredibles was really trending. But I'm not very happy with it. Then I drew Homelander as Gamma Jack, which I do quite like. And then I was redrawing your characters. This was one of my friend's characters. It looks a lot like Black Panther, but I really liked it. This was another stupid TikTok trend. But yeah, there was a lot of failures in this book. I was just struggling getting anything to work. Some of it's cool though. I do like a lot of the ones where I redrew your characters. And these ones where I drew costumes for my own characters was pretty cool too. And then I also tried to draw one of my characters as like a Dragon Ball guy, which I really liked that one. And then we're coming up to my first ever narrated short, which was this one. I made it a tutorial for you guys. I'm having a lot of fun making the tutorials with my voice. I think I'm going to make more of them in the future. Let me know what tutorials you guys want to see. I can make long form videos or shorts. This Galactus drawing is from my Patreon. It's an exclusive video on there if you want to go check it out. You also get early access to these videos. And then I made this avatar drawing, Jake Sully, which this is one of my favorite drawings I've made lately. I think it's my favorite of the sketchbook. It came out so good. We're getting close to the end of the sketchbook here. A few more superheroes, of course. I can't stop drawing these guys. I love this Moon Knight one. The red and the blood was inspired by Todd Beats and the way he was signing his Invincible comics that he was sending out. Or Battle Beast comics. And there we have the last drawing of this sketchbook. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the progression from my childhood drawings till now. I think it's pretty cool and super interesting to see. Anyway, thanks for watching.